We're confident we'll catch up now.
Vehicle and asset finance from ABSA. Overcoming all finance from ABSA. Going the extra mile to get you financed.
On to the third and final lap of the Nissan Hluhluwe 400, and it was the two-time winners Nick and son Ryan Harper who were setting the pace at the front. Variawa and Rousseau, however, were pressurizing them all the way and were closing the gap. The total porter was more than happy to oblige, and the race was on. Third overall and firmly in control in the production car class, it was four-time champion Hannes Hluhluwe. The burly 51-year-old is like good wine. The older he gets, the better he gets. But Tollefson was desperately trying to close the gap between himself and the number one man in the Nissan team, but to no avail. The gap stayed at 3.5 minutes. Who won in Darling in 2006, has only had the Ford Ranger for 2 races, but seemed to find out how to make it go quickly very fast indeed. He was third, less than 4 minutes behind Hluhluwe and only 18 seconds behind the Norwegian. Third in the space frame vehicles, it was Clint Gibson and Mike Brown who were themselves doing a giant killing act. A fine performance and only 13 minutes down on the lead. The wraps-up bat of Nardis Alberts and Colin Hunter itself was performing well, except for a pesky oil light that would not go off, full of oil or not, so they ignored it and raced on. The Cries themselves had put away a few big scalps and on lap 3 clocked a blistering time. They were leading Class B by a massive 28 minutes. Duncan Foss next drove into our viewfinders, and were it not for that starter motor and stalling the car twice, they would have been within striking distance, if not leading. The whites were literally flying, while Gillingham and Van Vieren got things sideways, including the advertising. Schilling and Davies were next, 12th overall after a stunning drive from virtually the back of the field. Marsh and Groenewold's Jimco was tagging along second in class to the Plastotech Raceco and only 6 minutes down. With Besaidnout and De Bruin second in Class B. They were in turn 12 minutes ahead of the Besaidnouts Johan and Etienne in the second Adenko bat. In Class E, the Barkhazens, George and his better half Sharon were leading by almost 40 minutes and just had to keep the Toyota on the road to get the win. While Ramon Besaidnout and Stefan Locke in their Toyota gained valuable manufacturers' points for their team by leading the way home in Class D, they had a 10-minute time gap. For Mark Corbett and Rudy Balzar, this became an unexpected game drive. Quite some speed this fellow has. Harold and Tion Kun in their Land Rover probably had the drive of the day, from 44th on the starting grid to 8th in the production class. with the Duplessis pushing them all the way, just 2.5 minutes behind them. Martin and Fourie were next, second in Class E, but quite a long way back. While Van Tonde and Guapa had got Rent-A-Crowd to do some vocals for them on the way into 11th place in the production and third in Class E. The Niemands, Gerard and Zelda here taking the opportunity to pass by in Class B. And that corner had caught quite a few victims. Manfred Schroeder and co-Ward Huxtable are masters at saving their car and getting it to the line, and they again did it right in Hluhluwe. They were 6th in class. Gosler and Carolyn also did a fine job of getting their Kopenhagen Hotel racecar to the finish and looked quite clean. And one for the single-seaters as Gary Campbell brought it home in 17th place in the specials. Gavin Gray and Mark Sarua and their Nissan took the second to last finisher's spot. With Jack Peckham and Lucio Santoro piloting the Ford Racing Ranger to 4th in Class E after a solid last loop. But at the line, it was applause for the Harpers, who were spectacular yet even-tempoed as they crossed the finish line in 6 hours and 23 minutes of racing. They clocked their fastest lap of the day on the final loop of the course.
What's the word is? Well done, boys. Champion, buddy. Champion.
With Varjawa having given it his all on the last lap, clocking the fastest time of the day by almost 4 minutes. But it wasn't enough. He had to settle for second. Krobler thought they'd flattered 6 Ks from the finish, only to discover that they'd actually completely lost a wheel. A testament to the toughness of the Nissan Navara.
But we didn't start first. I think we pulled off 5th, and we had two buckies between us and the Motorrad team, which was Alfie and Evan. So my first concern was to get past those buckies. Lucky enough, they wrong slotted early, and I quickly nipped in front of them. And then I just started chasing hard. And it wasn't long until I was in Evan's dust and pushed him. And it looks like both of them had gearbox problems, so we went to the front and we stayed in front. Shamir was giving me a hard time from behind. At the same time, I didn't want to push too hard because we would have got a puncture. So I took it easy on the second lap. The last lap we pushed hard. And here we are, we got a good result for Atlas Copcar. I'm very happy. Bat Racing and Kartsec. It's great for us,
Krobler celebrated his 22nd national championship race win in 50 starts since 2001.
Well, on the first lap, we overshot a turn. We were leading the SP class and overshot, and the other guys were close by, and they got in front of us, and then we had to battle in the dust, But in off-road racing, you just have to wait, and let somebody else make a mistake and then you lead again, and that's basically what we did, And after the first lap, we had quite a clean run. The car was very dirty because of all the mud. Couldn't see through the corners on the side windows, and we couldn't see the mirrors as well. But they cleaned it after the first lap. The guys rebuilt the car in between the first and the second race now, and we were very, very happy with the performance of the car. The new suspension works very, very well. On the last lap, as you saw we came in with 3 wheels. I don't know what happened. We'll still talk about it. And but luckily we got to the end, and it was only 6 kilos that we drove on the 3 wheels, and we're very, very happy to win the SP class and the production class.
Harkus found his feet with the Ford Racing Ranger in the Zulu Kingdom and took third, just 3.5 minutes down.
Yeah, great race, Like I said, with 1 lap to go. And Nissan's really made us work hard, but a great result for Ford. I know that Neil and Manfred had a bad day, but for me it was a good day. I'm happy with third. Somebody had offered me third place before this. It fitted into my plans nicely, so I'm extremely happy with that. And thank you very much to my team, firstly, for giving me the opportunity and putting their faith in my abilities, And this is a great start for me for the championship. I now last second, and like I said before, we can get to the middle of the year and see where we are. But this car is unbelievable. I could do another 3 laps with it, and you know, I've hit things that should have taken all 4 wheels off. But it's been a great day. Thanks to my navigator Jean. He's done a great job, and to all my support crew. You know, to see them out there and waving Ford flags is lovely. It's great for the brand.
For the Bokhuizens, who had a maiden win last year, win number 2 was even sweeter here in Hluhluwe. We wanted to know, were they ready for even bigger things?
Well, we're going to try. We obviously had hassles in Cape Town. We didn't finish that race. So it's good to get points here. And full points is the best way to go. I think there's not a lot of guys that's finished today. It seems like it's taken quite a toll on the cars. So yeah, maybe I'll catch up to the guys in front.
A second consecutive win for Hluhluwe in his 07 championship quest, but only 15 cars finished in the production car class, a testimony to a tough race. Tollefson and Evans impressed in second. And a 14-second victory for the Harpers, with Variawa and Rousseau probably wishing that the race was a little longer. In the specials, only 19 cars made it to the line, a real race of attrition. Until next time you keep it on the road, we'll keep it off-road.
That was the ultimate test, the ABSA Off-Road Championship. Now fast.
That arm is bent backwards in a very dangerous... I think she'd like to tap out, but...